Chicago Marina. Beautiful new facility that the mayor's been working on for a couple of years. And all the improvements that you look around and see, actually you can't see the docks that used to be there. They took it out. This is kind of a little harbor area that the city is using for recreational and entertainment. Right, Richard? This is the not-for-profit Lakeshore Chamber Hall of Fame luncheon, okay? You are all members of the Hall of Fame, so now you have 3 minutes of fame to get up and talk about your not-for-profit. Identify yourself when you get up, tell them who you are, why you're here, and 3 minutes of information about your not-for-profit. Monique, raise your hand, please. Monique Ruiz, give Monique a hand. Big hand. Monique is going to give you the high sign, literally. At 2 minutes, she's going to tell you you have a minute left, and then she'll tell you you have 15 seconds left to wrap it up. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to take the mic from you, okay? So now, according to this, Monique says everybody knows your number, so we have a little test at first. Who is number 4? Oh my goodness, you guys are good. Who is number 12? Michelle? Very good. Number 17. Well, you guys are really good, I'll tell you. Okay, here's what's going to happen. So, obviously we're going to go 1 through 20. We're going to start out with the Salvation Army with Kevin Feldman. And what I'd like for you to do, Kevin, that's a clue for you to get up. This is 3 minutes, don't eat into your time. So number 2 should be on deck. Number 3 should be right behind that person, ready to go. And if you would, maybe you could gather over here. Who's number 2 on the list? IV Tech Foundation, Cindy. Cindy, you'll be on deck over here. And we'll go down the list. Then we'll have Habitat for Humanity, Food Bank of Northwest Indiana, Urban League of Northwest Indiana. And we'll be calling you out, okay? So without further ado, Kevin.
Thank you, Dave.
Ring your bell.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kevin Feldman with the Salvation Army in Lake County. I always bring props with me. This is one of our counter kettles that you might see on some retailers and other businesses where people can donate as they're shopping at your store or visiting your business. We have plenty of these available. If you'd like to have a counter kettle in your business, just come talk to me. And does this ring a bell? It should. I think that's one of our strong parts of our brand. Everybody knows the seasonal bell ringing that happens. November 1st is the kickoff time for our bell ringing at Strachan Van Til's and at JCPenney. And then throughout the 2 months, November and December, we'll have other retailers having our bell ringers there throughout Lake County. I want to tell you a story. I also volunteer. I work for the Salvation Army, but I do a lot of volunteer work as well. Last year, me and my son were volunteering at Strachan Van Til's in Lowell, ringing a bell. A gentleman drives up, and he's in an old jalopy, kind of rough looking, gets out and walks up to us and says, "Can I tell you a story about my experience with the Salvation Army?" as he's putting some money in the kettle. And he says, I'm from San Diego. I was homeless, drug addicted, on the street, and a Salvation Army truck pulls up, and a guy gets out and says, "Come on and get in with me." And he took me to the Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Center in that area. We have an Adult Rehabilitation Center in Gary, which is a residential men's drug and alcohol addiction recovery facility. No cost to the people that need help. And that's one of the important things that we do. We also have youth and children's programs. We have 3 core community centers: East Chicago, Gary, Maryville, Hammond, Munster, where we deliver our human services out of. We have food pantries, feeding programs. and many other programs that we deliver out of those services and into Southern Lake County as well. We need volunteer bell ringers. I put flyers on your tables for the bell ringing. Please consider volunteering. There's also a coupon for Papa John's that you can use that helps support the Salvation Army. And November 2nd, this Saturday at Strachan Van Til's in Cherville, we're having our official kickoff with Reggie, the mascot for the Mascot Hall of Fame, and Santa Claus will make an appearance as well. Thank you very much.
3 minutes, ladies.
Good morning or afternoon, everybody. My name is Gina Willis. I'm the Director of Admissions for Ivy Tech Community College, Lake County campus. We are the Community College of Indiana. We are the only community college of Indiana. We have 40 locations statewide. I represent Lake County, which is Crown Point, East Chicago, and the Geary location. We work with a very diverse student body, and we exist to meet the needs of our immediate community, and we prepare our students to transfer on to four-year colleges and universities, and also to go immediately into the workplace. We offer a wide array of degrees. We have over 150 degree programs. We have a school of education. You can get a degree in elementary or secondary education, early childhood education. We have a very competitive and popular health sciences nursing program, registered nursing, LPN, physical therapy, just a wealth of health science programs. We have a very popular school of technology where we partner with companies like Praxair, NIPSCO, ArcelorMittal. We do industrial technology, welding, machine tool. So we offer 2-year associate degree programs. We do have some associate degree options, some certificate options also. Our schedule is very flexible. We offer classes in the morning, afternoon, evening. We have over 1,000 classes that are offered online. We do have an accelerated degree program, which is our ASAP program that students can complete in 11 months, get their associate degree. We have an Ivy Honors program for students who want to take an honors route and transfer on to a 4-year college or university. We do have an event coming up on November 14th. That's College 101. It's an opportunity for students, high school students, to come out with their family, with their parents, to meet with our staff and our faculty to get information on our programs and services that we offer, and also an opportunity for them to apply for financial aid, to make sure that they meet specific and very important deadlines, and also to tour our facilities. This College 101 will be at all 3 locations, which are East Chicago, Crown Point, and Geary, and we hope to see you there.
And I'm Cindy Hall from Ivy Tech. I do the fundraising from East Chicago, LaPorte, and everywhere in between. And I'm going to do something real different. 30-second commercial here. We're reading from Cindy Hall from Ivy Tech. Best Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is here, so our minds have turned to what time has taught us, to what we learned. We often focus all our thought on shiny things we've shopped and bought. We take our pleasure in material things, forgetting the pleasure that friendship brings. If a lot of our stuff just vanished today, we'd see the foundation of each happy day. Is special relationships constant and true? And that's where our thoughts go directly to you. We wish you a Thanksgiving you'll never forget, full of love and joy, your best one yet. Be nice to each other, consider a random act of kindness, and happy Thanksgiving from Ivy Tech.
All right, Cindy.
Everyone, I'm Wendy Burbridge. I'm the Director of Development for Habitat for Humanity of Northwest Indiana. And with me today
is Jim Babsack. I'm the Director of Procurement for Habitat for Humanity of Northwest Indiana. And I think Ryan should give me about an extra 5 minutes of time since I had a break in East Chicago to walk here.
You're still in East Chicago, by the way.
Downtown.
Habitat for Humanity of Northwest Indiana is a home ownership. We offer a home ownership program. Our program breaks the cycle of poverty. Having safe and affordable housing is definitely a crisis. It's something that's nationwide and certainly affects many families in Northwest Indiana. Families actively partner with us to get into a brand new, safe and affordable home. They have a mortgage. We don't give them a free home. They have a mortgage that is 0% interest and changes their lives for generations. Families are paying about $500 a month in their mortgage. That includes taxes and insurance. Thank you. I'm a little nervous, sorry. So families are paying for their homes, and they're also getting financial literacy courses. They take a 10-week course with us. And they also get training on how to maintain their home. This is an experience that families, it changes their lives forever. They're definitely coming from situations where they're paying high rent, so $750 to $1,200 a month, and now they're paying $500 a month, and now they can buy groceries, they can send their kids to great child care, they can fix their car, all those great things. I'm going to give Jim some time to talk about our restore.
Our restore, basically, when people donate appliances, furniture, so forth, we sell those products in our restore, and the money we generate we put back into building the homes. One thing I'd like to make an announcement on is we've been named a Charity of Choice again by the Home Builders Association of Northwest Indiana. They're having an annual gala on November the 15th. It's going to be at the County Line Orchard. It's open to the public. Tickets are available. We're looking for silent auction items and so forth. If you can make it, it's a good time. The money will go to Porter County Habitat and Habitat for Humanity of Northwest Indiana. Again, we have a Christmas open house this weekend at both stores. Come on out. We guarantee you'll have your time and the prices are right. And Monique's giving me the high sign. So thank you for having me.
And we have giveaways at the front table.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Allison Vaughn, the Director of Development for the Food Bank of Northwest Indiana. And this is my colleague, Newber Aurora, Director of Business Administration. Our mission at the Food Bank is to feed people today and end hunger tomorrow by collaborating with our community. Our vision is a community free of hunger. There are more than about 93,000 people in Northwest Indiana who face hunger on a daily basis. This includes about 30,000 children, which is very sad, and then approximately 25,000 seniors. The face of hunger is not what we believe it to be. It's two-income families who can't make ends meet. It's a disabled veteran. It's a single parent who has been stricken and just simply needs a little bit of help. It's a family with a cancer diagnosis and unexpected medical bills, a widow who was relying on her spouse and now has to figure life out on her own. The face of hunger is me and you, everyone in this room. The Food Bank of Northwest Indiana distributes nearly 5,000 meals annually, serving all of Lake and Porter counties through several effective and efficient methods. We do most of what we do through 111 plus partner agencies who distribute the food on our behalf in their communities. They're our hands and feet throughout Lake and Porter County. We also do mobile market distributions. This is one of our most needed services. Every Wednesday, beginning March all the way through December, we do a weekly distribution at a different location throughout Lake and Porter County to about 250 people with up to about 50 pounds of groceries. We travel throughout so that each week will at least be close to someone's community. We also started recently doing food distributions every other week. I got that high five every other week at our facility and in Porter County. We do a backpack program where we distribute about 300 backpacks to kids on the weekend who have consistency during the week with free and reduced lunch, but on the weekend and on holidays, they're not so, the consistency is not there. And then senior food boxes, we do about 1,400 monthly to seniors. I will turn it over to Newport.
Thank you, Allison. So I will talk about the future of the food bank and long-term sustainability that we are trying to achieve. We moved into a Maryville location in June of last year. That's 6 times the space that we had in the old barn in Gary. And from the barn in Gary, we did 4.5 million meals a year. This facility, with its capacity, we can do 17 million meals. The need in the region is 18, so we can do a lot. We have a community garden in the back. We have plans for a culinary training program through our kitchen. So come, take a tour, volunteer with us, donate, and make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Vanessa Allen McLeod, the President and CEO of the Urban League of Northwest Indiana. We serve Lake, Porter, and LaPorte counties in the areas of education, financial stability, diversity, and inclusion. In the area of education, we just recently hosted a scholarship fair. We had about 1,300 high school teenagers from Lake, Porter, and LaPorte County. I put a flyer on your table so you can see the massive number of teenagers that attended. We offered them $5.4 million in scholarships. In fact, Hammond High received $94,000 in scholarships. Gavitt received $456,000 in scholarships. We had about 60 or 70 colleges and universities from all over the area. Valparaiso University offered about $100,000 in scholarships to students. We follow up with those students by going into the schools and doing some college and career readiness, because the schools that awarded them that money, they need to make sure that they put that college code on their FAFSA. Financial stability, we offer free income tax, FREE, free income tax services to people who make $54,000 or less. We have sites in Hammond and East Chicago, but the Gary site is also looking for volunteers. We don't have enough volunteers to meet the need of the people that have it. So instead of going to Quickie Sam or Uncle Sam or whoever they go to, then we'll give them all of their money, and this is a free process. The Diversity and Inclusion Symposium is coming up. The Urban League hosts that, and that's coming up on November 15th. We have conversations that talk about implicit bias, stereotyping, racism, workplace communication. This is going to be held at Valparaiso University on November 15th. We also host training seminars in diversity and inclusion, so that we can meet with small groups to have those same types of conversations to let you know how diversity and inclusion meets your bottom line. Last but not least, we have a luncheon, awards luncheon in March of 2020, where we present an award to some of the agencies or organizations that promote diversity and inclusion in the workplace. And I'm going to lay out the red carpet for one of those organizations. Trade Winds always partners with us. They've come and worked with us on workshops, because diversity and inclusion is not just about black and white ethnicity. It's also about some people that are challenged in certain areas. So I'm going to turn it over to Lisa and Michelle.
Thank you, Vanessa. My name is Michelle Novak. I am from Trade Winds, and I'm here with Lisa Tatina, the Director of Marketing and Development, and my boss. So today I took a different approach. I wanted to just give you a little bit of information about Trade Winds and what we do, but also give you something that you could take away. Like Vanessa said, we had partnered to do a training session, which that kind of steamrolled into so many different things for me. I realized that there's a lack of awareness for people with disabilities. People are scared to say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing. So my new fire is to promote that awareness in the community and education, and really get people to understand the needs of people with disabilities and how they can impact the community. Trade Winds has been around for about 50 years, over 50 years, sorry, in Northwest Indiana, serving adults and children with disabilities. We serve over 900 adults and children. That number has grown 40% in the last 3 years. So we are busting at the seams in our building. We have a building campaign right now that we are trying to get paid off, and we're in the home stretch of that. I think we got it down to basically to the point where we will have it paid off by the end of the year. So hopefully we will be able to, expand that so we can continue to serve. People with disabilities constitutes the largest minority group, but also are the most diverse. So that's where Vanessa and I collaborating is definitely genius. So I'm looking forward to doing that in the future. Another thing that I'm doing is I work with employers or any community members. I'm willing to come out and talk to your team or you individually about disability awareness, sensitivity, the right things to say, the wrong things to say. One thing, if I could have you guys take one thing away today, it would be always remember people first. That's the terminology and the language that we use. So, for example, I wouldn't say the autistic guy, I would say the guy with the autism. So you always put the individual before the disability. So that's one takeaway, that's a sneak peek. Ways that you can learn about Tradewinds, we have lunch and learn events, we do tours all the time. We have volunteer opportunities. We don't turn anybody away. We find something always. And like us on Facebook. We post all of our events on there and communicate as much as we can through Facebook. Everybody in here, I'm sure, uses it in some way, shape, or form. And I love having everybody here. This is a really cool thing, so thank you, Monique and Dave, for hosting this. Supporting one another, I think, is important. We're all serving the same community, so in different aspects, so partnering together is ultimately what's going to make us successful. So I appreciate what all of you do, and thank you for doing that. The last thing I would like to, the last thing I would like to say, and this is something I tell my kids, it's a quote. I tell them, lift people up, include everyone, help educate people by being a good example. Be kind, be encouraging, be honest, be tolerant, inspire others to live with integrity, lead by example. Thank you.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Angela Curtis. I'm the director of the Nazareth Home right here in East Chicago. The Nazareth Home was founded in 1993. They are partially sponsored by the Poor Handmaids of Jesus Christ. We have babies at the Nazareth Home that are from birth to 6 years old. We're able to house 6 children at our facility. We have a full staff, from nurse practitioner to RN to child care workers. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The Nazareth Home also services babies that are special needs, critical babies. All of our babies are special needs children. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just a little bit nervous. We do ask that if you'd like to volunteer, I left some brochures at everyone's table. Please give us a call. The more volunteers, the better. And thank you.
Well, I think she did an excellent job considering I am just as nervous as she is. I'm Kim Hunt and I'm with We Care from the Heart Social Services, and I'm here today with our founder and chief consultant, Diane Kraft. And I'm going to read you something, which is our mission. We Care from the Heart is to provide information, outreach, supportive services, and advocacy through case management for individuals and families seeking services to improve their lifestyles while maintaining their independence and dignity. So what does that mean? That means that we provide help. We provide help for what our founder has termed the untouchables. These would be our homeless in our homeless community throughout Northwest Indiana, our seniors who are dealing with debilitating diseases, who live alone or with little to no family support. They don't know where to turn to for help, and they're just trying to get through each day. We provide services for the disabled. We have programs for persons with developmental disabilities. So we have a lot of things going on as a not-for-profit. We have an office in Hammond, and we also have an office in East Chicago at the Martin Luther King Center, where we have our Claudia's Closet donation program. Please, if you have gently used and new items, please bring them to that center. We give those items away to those persons who are in need, who have no support, who have no other resources. The homeless, our seniors, blankets, coats, whatever you have, please bring those. We also have a homeless home in East Chicago where we can house 3 to 4 residents. And this is all with donations and assistance through Ms. Kraft's family and supporters. We also do a dance the summer months from June through October for persons with disabilities, for our seniors, and for those who have developmental disabilities. If you've ever had a family member
who is disabled or senior or who suffers with or lives with a developmental disability, a lot of times these individuals aren't invited to programs. They aren't invited to the special dances. Often they're left at home. But for 16 years now, our agency has sponsored a black tie fair just for them. They come decked out in their tuxedos and their formal attire. They participate in a fashion show. We provide entertainment, live entertainment and dancing, and we serve them. And that is their night to shine, their event that they're often not invited to. So we implore everyone, if you can support our agency, if you can support our services, if you can support this special event, we really hope that you will. You can be a vendor, you can just sponsor a senior, whatever you'd like. Brochures are on the table in the front. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Thomas Johnson. I'm the Director of Programs for Communities and Schools of Lake County. Communities and Schools is a national youth empowerment organization, and CIS of Lake County is one of 3 in the state of Indiana. We've been delivering services since 2008, and currently we deliver services in School City of East Chicago, Charter School of Lagoons out in Gary, and New Vistas High School out in Portage, Indiana. Our mission is to surround students with the community and support, empower them to stay in school and to achieve in life. So we really try to bridge the gap between what is needed from the schools and the families and connect them to the resources in the community. One of the key components of being able to do so is having our site coordinators. Our site coordinators actually work within the schools, and what they do is they partner up and they're part of the school support team, and together they figure out what are the challenges and the issues and the struggles that the students or maybe the school as a whole face. And based on the information they gather, they develop support plans and deliver services. And if they're not able to deliver those services themselves, they go out in the community and they find those community partners that specialize in that particular need. In addition to having site coordinators, we do offer after-school programming. We do tutoring programs. It's housed right there at the school, and it's free of charge to the families. Students are fed, they engage in enrichment programs such as dance or art or STEM, something of that nature, and transportation is provided, again, free of charge. In addition to those tutoring programs, we also do mentoring, we do financial literacy, we've done fine dining etiquette in the past. Is really whatever the school or the principal is requesting, we try to meet those needs. So, but one of the other things we do, and we're very proud to announce, is that we've been able for the past 3 years offer 8-hour credit-bearing courses, and these courses are available for high schoolers in case any of them were lacking any credits or maybe need a boost in GPAs. So these students were able to attend those courses and get a credit that they didn't have before. But none of this would have been able or possible without our community partners. With the foundations of East Chicago, Museum of Science and Industry, AmeriCorps, IUN and Purdue Northwest, and many more. I'm drawing a blank, but we're so very thankful for them, and we've been able to do this for the past couple of years, and hopefully we're able to continue doing so in the lives and the students and families of Northwest Indiana. Thank you.
I don't know if to put the glasses on or not, but my name is Pat Trudy. I am the Director of Development and Community Relations at New Star. New Star was formed 70 years ago by parents who were told that they needed to put their loved one in an institution because they suffered from an intellectual developmental disability. Every time I say that, I get a little choked up because I can't imagine somebody telling me to forget my child. About 10 years ago, we came to Northwest Indiana, and now we have services in Northwest Indiana as well. Our goal is to provide an opportunity for every individual with developmental and intellectual disabilities to maximize their independence and to help them live fulfilling lives. And that includes their families and the individual. We have a wide variety of services. We offer respite services. Many times the family doesn't get a break from living this life every single day. And the caregivers need to take care of themselves, so we offer respite services. We offer benefit analysis. How do you work through the maze of what is your benefit right, and statewide and federal-wise? So we will sit down, we work with the family and come up with a benefit analysis
and work them through that maze. For individuals, we have community-based housing. We come into the home. Some homes we have 24-hour support. Sometimes individuals want to live independently, and we provide 15 hours or 30 hours, whatever they need. Help them shopping, help them budget, write bills, checks, anything that helps them live a more independent life. We have music therapy and wellness coordination. Maybe they have so many doctors that they need to visit, so we will take them to the doctor. We will make sure they have the right medicines. And we also, our newest thing we have is recreational therapy. We have many individuals who have some sort of a disability, but they want to go out into the community. So the recreational therapy will take them, the recreational therapist will take them out into the community, go swimming, play a game, go to a sporting event. We also provide employment services. We help our individuals with resume writing. How do you dress? How do you go to the interview? And then we also coach them for the first 90 days of their job. So if you're looking for anybody who is willing to work and really wants the job, let us know and we'll help you place somebody in that. We are one of the 18 benefiting charities at First Look for Charity in Chicago. Northwest Indiana is part of that Chicago Automobile Trade Association. So if you're interested in attending a black tie event, we'd be happy to take you. So I think I'm done now. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Michelle Golden. I'm representing Books, Brushes, and Bands for Education this afternoon as their board president. And I wanted to tell you just about two programs. Students that mostly now are coming to us for music, ages 5 to 18, that we are providing after-school, early evening music programs to students from now 25 different schools we have representation from, including the homeschool community. In the last year, we provided about 250 instructional hours in the evening, both in vocal and instrumental. Currently, our students are happy that we have started a strings program. Many schools, as you know, the arts are the first to cut, and a lot of kids want to start earlier. We have a beginning band program that is geared toward elementary, but we have so many students that also come to us wanting, as a family, to participate. And many of the parents are looking for additional resources besides their schools. So many of the students cannot afford instruments. They can't afford to go to a music store for lessons. So what we are doing is predominantly serving the underserved and giving them an opportunity to learn music or to sing in a chorus or choir that maybe they have not had the opportunity to do in the past. For those of you looking at ways to be thankful, think back to your childhood. For many of you that had the opportunity to sing or play an instrument, some students today don't have that option, they don't have that choice. So we're providing the opportunity and the experience to do that. Our programs run concurrently with the school year. We are very grateful to the school city of Hammond, who provides the instructional space at the Hammond Academy for Performing Arts in the evening, and that runs during the school year. In the summer, we have Calumet Colleges open their doors, so we're able to hold our classes there, which we're also very grateful for. At this time, as far as things that we might need or you might want to consider, any instruments that you might have that are gently used, we would be grateful, more than grateful to receive them. And with the Book Brigade project, which some of you are familiar with, we've collected over 22,000 books. We are always taking gently used and or new books that we can then provide into classrooms for parents to take to schools. We donate them to PTAs and also work with neighborhood volunteers to get them directly door to door into people's homes so they don't have to come to us. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Diana Artis, and I represent the Laini Llewellyn Charities organization. It is a cancer awareness organization, and it was formulated based upon the namesake, Laini Llewellyn. She was a powerful young woman who was diagnosed with triple-negative breast cancer at the age of 35, and she expired at the age of 38. Triple-negative breast cancer is a type of cancer that is negative to most cancers that have the tracer of estrogen, progesterone, or HER2. And because triple-negative breast cancer is negative to those three receptors, it is referred to as that. It is a cancer that is very pervasive, and it attacks younger women, and it predominantly affects blacks and Hispanics to a greater degree. It does affect all women, but there is a very high mortality rate with the minorities within this disease. There are fewer medical protocols to address this disease, and that's one of the reasons that contribute to the high mortality rate. We are an organization that wants to get this information out to the community at large. We're seeking to educate not only women but men also about the pervasiveness of various types of cancer, but this one in particular. You might have recently heard that Beyonce's father was diagnosed with cancer. It was a triple-negative breast cancer. So it does affect men as well as women. So because of Laini Llewellyn's life, because of how she did outreach to so many others, she was a mentor to students. She was one who worked and lent her voice to the American Heart Association. She was one who did much for many people. Our organization have taken on the responsibility of doing the work that she would be doing if she was here. So we have an annual gala. It's called a Pink Tie Fair, and it is attended by many in the Northwest Indiana area. We're located in this area, but we have a virtual office, and we are currently servicing 3 hospitals, that's St. Catherine's, St. Anthony's, and St. Mary's, with Munster Community Hospital and St. Mary's and St. Catherine's, with a gift bag. It's called a bed bag. Another young lady who died from triple-negative breast cancer, and we are giving out this bag, which has a calendar with the medical tabs for them to be able to keep all their appointments and so forth, and a journal, and is given out to any breast cancer diagnosed patients within that month. So we are here just to tell you about who we are. We would like to have your support in our annual gala, which is going to be held on September 23rd, 2020. So we look forward to, we have a brochure on the table. If you would take that with you, we would like to have you to join us. Thank you.
Dave, do I speak quickly enough?
You're doing well.
All the time. Hi. My name is Sean Egan. I'm the school leader and founding principal of the Hammond Academy of Science and Technology, the only charter school located in Hammond. Our doors opened in September 2010 at St. Catherine's Siena in Hessville, and the following year we moved into our current site, which is the former Masonic Temple site in downtown Hammond at 33 Munich Court. Since 2014, we've had each graduation each one of those years, and we've consistently had graduation rates in excess of 90%, usually about 95%. 75% of our graduates attend 2- or 4-year college programs, and a number of them also go directly into the trades, which is very necessary here in the region, or they go to the military. Nearly 1/3 of each of our graduating classes has qualified for and received the College-Bound Scholarship Program in Hammond, which is a fantastic accomplishment. We pack a very big punch when it comes to student scholarship offers. Public and private universities and colleges throughout the state actively recruit our students, particularly for their engineering and biomedical programs. We currently serve 575 students from all over Northwest Indiana. More than 90% come from Hammond, but we also have students from East Chicago, Gary, Griffith, Highland, Crown Point, Cherryville, Dyer, and Portage. Our students are selected from the lottery. We have 90 available seats for the 6th grade class each year. Siblings of present students get automatic admission, and we have currently over 1,000 students on our waiting list. Since our inception, we have been a one-to-one STEM school, with all students having an electronic device, be it a laptop or a tablet, which they are able to take home. Our curriculum focuses on hands-on real-life problem solving. There are no individual desks. All work is done cooperatively. Here's just a few samples of projects that our students have worked on here in the region. We worked with the EPA for the remediation of Roxanna Marsh and the Calumet River. Our kids clean up Hop Harrison Park in downtown Hammond every year for Earth Day. We take our students to the Dunes Learning Center for a multi-day environmental education camping trip. We have done eco-friendly landscaping, greenhouses, and raised bed gardens in downtown Hammond in conjunction with BP, NiSource, and Lake County Purdue Extension Office. Our students have done 3D modeling of turbines, the lakefront, and downtown Hammond through P&W Civis. We offer dual credit with P&W, IUN, CCSJ, and Ivy Tech. We offer after-school fine arts programs with the Toll Theater and the South Shore Center for the Arts. And our students do internships throughout the region. We are currently celebrating our 10th year anniversary. Like everybody else here, we will be having a gala of some sort in the spring. You will be invited through the Lakeshore Chamber website, probably. We welcome visitors anytime. Please come witness the miracle on Munich Court in downtown Hammond. Thank you.
Okay, I just didn't know how loud it was. So my name's Emily Ellison. I am the Executive Director at the Hammond YMCA. I could probably stand up here and talk about the Y all day because I love it so much, but I think the first thing I wanted to talk about is just, I've been with the Y for almost 8 years, and I think the biggest thing is the educational piece behind it, because when people think of the Y, they think, oh great, I'm gonna go on the treadmill, or I'm gonna go and swim at the YMCA. But that's not always the case. The Y stands for a lot of things, and of course a healthy lifestyle is one of them. The other thing is we serve the community. That is our main priority actually, is giving a healthy lifestyle, but serving the community at the same time. And so we offer financial assistance. At the Hammond branch itself, we have 53% of our community on financial assistance. So it's a really large amount when you think about the 8,000 members that I have in our building. And so we have 4 branches in our Crossroads Association, which is the Crown Point building, which I'm sure is the big buzz right now, making it had $37 million that went into the renovation or complete renovation of that building. And then we have the Whiting branch and the Griffith branch, and of course the Hammond, which we just completed. Bill Hassey, thank you. He partnered with us and we had a $5 million renovation. So if you have not been in our area lately, we have a beautiful full window, and it looks like a brand new building. I went there as a child and I still didn't know what the Y did. So coming back to this area just recently, I have been able to promote it to the community. So the educational piece that I wanted to tell you guys about is that we have before and after school, we have programs for families where they can be in the kitchen, we teach them about healthy lifestyles, all of these things, and it's not just a gym and swim. We have so much more, and we're there for the community to come together and congregate. There's social isolation for seniors, for youth. Nowadays, all they are is on their cell phones. So this is the place that we want the community to come together and feel like it's a safe place, especially in Hammond where it's a need base. So on that, it's just the educational piece that I wanted to tell you guys about, and then I'll tell you a little bit about the marketing pieces that we have as well. So right now it's the annual campaign. This is the first time I've been part of an annual campaign that's in the later part of the year, and so it's kind of backwards, right? Like everybody gets their money in the beginning. So keep in mind that we do have this every year at this part of the year. So our annual campaign is launched and we go through different phases. The community phase is going on currently, especially we'll launch starting on Friday, November 1st. We'll have a ton of fun things in our branch. We have a giving tree, we have a flick and float, we have all kinds of fun things going on every single day. We have challenges, so come into the Y and see what we're all about. Of course you can just go in for the day. Another thing is we have partnered with Q's Barbecue, which is in Cherville, and they have on November 5th a 20% give back. So if you guys are in the area, think of the Y and stop in and come visit us. Thanks so much.
Good afternoon. My name is Paul Mulaney, and I have the privilege of serving as president of Bishop Mill Institute. And on behalf of our principal, Lorenzo Pastrick, and our team there, I just want to thank Dave and Monique for the opportunity to be here today, and want to commend everybody here for all the fine work that's being done in our communities to strengthen our communities and to serve those who can use the help. Exciting times at Bishop Knoll right now. We are in our 99th school year, so we have a committee that's been working for more than the past year on getting ready for our centennial. So if you're not doing anything on Thursday, September 16th of 2021, that will be our big gala. We are very proud of the students and the faculty that we have. Last year's graduating class, this past spring's graduating class, 134 graduates received college scholarship offers totaling $9.49 million for an average of more than $70,000 per student. So very proud of the work being done at Bishop Knoll. One of the exciting things happening right now is that next month we will be cutting the ribbon on our new STEM lab. We also have a STEM program. We follow the Project Lead the Way curriculum, and we actually call it STREAM at Bishop Knoll because we, being a Catholic school, we take the elements of religion and the arts and fold it into that. So our STREAM lab will be open next month. It's a $1.4 million project renovating what used to be our swimming pool. So it's a very large space. It's going to provide great learning space for our students, and we look forward to cutting the ribbon for that and letting our students do learn in that area. Just in closing, I want to just invite any of you who have opportunities that we could partner with you. Our students do service work every year, and we would welcome opportunities for that. So feel free to contact me or talk to me afterward if that. And we also thank those that we've been involved with as partners already, where we have received resources from the various grant funding entities, some of whom are in the room today. So thank you all for what you do, and thank you for the time.
Hi everybody, I'm Trisha Hernandez. I'm the Director of Marketing and Development for South Shore Arts and the Northwest Indiana Symphony Orchestra. I'm going to talk about South Shore Arts, and my comrade in arms, Donna, will talk to you a little bit about the symphony. First of all, South Shore Arts is 83 years old. We serve Lake Porter and LaPorte counties and southern Cook County in Illinois. Our mission is to transform the South Shore through the arts, and of course we firmly believe that arts make life better, for sure. So we serve our communities through exhibits, through art classes, through education outreach, and also through programs that provide money through the state of Indiana for organizations and artists. So the first one I just want to speak about just for a second, coming up February 14th, do you guys remember Where the Wild Things Are? The Maurice Sendak book. Believe it or not, it's the 50th anniversary of this book coming out, and there's a memorial exhibition that has about 50 pieces of Sendak art and illustration. This is going to be an excellent exhibit opening February 14th that is toured nationwide. If you have organizations, which you all do, kids, there's going to be all kinds of projects for kids and for adults to come in and tour the exhibit. So please, don't be a stranger, come see us. Otherwise, we have class exhibits in Crown Point and Hammond, art classes, Crown Point, Hammond, and Munster. Anything you want to do, from being a baby to being near death, if whatever you want to do. Something you might not know about us, education outreach. People go, what is arts education? They don't really understand. Just a quick example. This is a book called The Skin You Live In. And it talks about being happy in whatever skin you're in. Your ice cream eating skin, your friend's skin, your yellow skin, your orange skin. And it talks about diversity and non-bullying. And just being happy and accepting of others in whatever skin they're in. So the art project that we did for 7,000 kids that were second graders last year is the kids make their own portrait. They decide what their skin is, what construction paper. Then they make their own portrait of what they look like in relevance to the book. And by the way, the book, which is a nationwide bestseller, is from David Lee Sisko, who is a national artist that grew up in Hammond. Okay, so the last thing I will talk about then is something a lot of you don't know. Donna handles a lot of this. $333,000 from the state of Indiana came back to Region 1 because we are a regional arts partner, and the state and the Indiana Arts Commission says, hey, we trust you to re-grant this. So 49 organizations and lots of different individuals receive money from us. So join us, don't be a stranger, visit our website. Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Donna Catalano, and I'm with the Northwest Indiana Symphony. As Trish mentioned, the South Shore Arts manages the Northwest Indiana Symphony. We are not as old as South Shore Arts, but we are in our 78th year this year. We do lots of things. I'm going to talk about fun stuff. It's the holidays. We have our holiday pops coming up. We have 3 performances, December 11th, 12th, 13th. How you can help is if you're looking to sponsor something fun, bring your employees to something instead of the regular Christmas party. We would love to have you. Our youth orchestra has a performance on November 24th at Hobart High School. Our youth orchestra involves kids from all over the region. Last year they even went to Europe, I believe. Italy. They went to Italy and then they went to Europe the year before, so they have lots of fun. Festival of Trees, our Women's Symphony Society does a Festival of Trees. That is on December 4th, and with a children's brunch with Santa on December 7th. One of the things when the Star Plaza closed, last year we had a year where we kind of moved around. We went to some high schools, we tried different places, but this year we have found our home. So we have one home, one symphony, and we are now at Living Hope Church in Crown Point, which is right near the Government Center on 93rd and Taft Street. So please come see us. Last month we had our education concert. We celebrated the 50th anniversary of the landing on the moon. We had over 3,000 kids from local schools come see our concerts. So any of these events all require sponsorships. We would love to have you as a sponsor. Just give us a call and come on out and make us your new family tradition. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Linda Swisher with the Hammond Public Library that is celebrating more than 115 years serving Hammond. Why do we still have libraries? Everything is on computer. That question comes to mind when we hear a young woman who contacted us and said, thanks to you, I was able to make the Dean's List. Thank you for the books and the training that you provided and the studying that I was able to do there. So making the Dean's List was a very big deal for her. At the other end of the spectrum, we had a young lady who contacted us and was very grateful because the study guides and the books that we were able to provide for her allowed her to pass her GED test, and she was very grateful for that. So what do libraries do? They do a lot, and they're very much relevant. We are a great equalizer. Libraries are the places where young children can learn the skills they need to start school on a par with their peers who perhaps have had more opportunities for early education. We offer public computers and computer classes for the people that don't have that at home. We are of great use during the recession, but also when times are good, we're a great use. We're a place to provide a receptive place for ideas, where people can get information and turn that information into ideas that benefit them. In addition to the computer classes, we're not just all books and magazines and movies and music. We have a great deal of programs. For instance, the musical previews we have coming up, hosting on behalf of Books, Brushes, and Bands, for instance. We work with a lot of extra groups. We have, just this month coming up, we have a program we're hosting for the Welcome Network, immigrant related, the Aliveness Project, HIV and Hep C. We're working with Vito's Pharmacy, who's going to provide a program on CBD oil and tell you about the facts behind that. We have a great fun program happening on November 9th. You've heard of Comic Cons, this is kind of our version, Fan Fest. We provide programming for those who are deaf and hard of hearing, food drives for Greater Hammond Community Services, mitten trees to benefit those who don't have any warmth at home. But we also have a lot of opportunities for you to partner with us. Businesses tell us what you need, Tell us what sorts of databases we can help provide for you, and let us know how we can help you and your employees to become better, to become stronger. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Lavette Bullock, and I am the Client Service Director for Haven House. We're a domestic violence shelter in Hammond, Indiana. We house women and children there. We provide, we help them to find housing. We provide all the services that they may need as far as clothing, therapy, counseling classes, medical, whatever the needs are, because a lot of them come to us with sort of nothing and they need to start over. So with that being said, we will help them to kind of start their new life with them and their children. We also partner with different agencies as far as housing, counseling, medical, different things of that nature for all of our clients that come there. Haven House was founded in 1983, and with the purpose of Haven House was for, helping the victims and their children. All of our services are free and confidential. We cover East Chicago, Hammond, Indiana, Maryville, Schererville. We partner with other domestic violence shelters, so if we don't have space, then we can make sure that they have somewhere to go. Basically, that's about Haven House.
Thank you. Come on, let's put our hands together for the Lakeshore Chamber. Excellent program, and this has been an excellent program. I just want us to thank Lakeshore Chamber, and I just want to thank them for the opportunity to say a few words. My name is George Weems. I'm President of the Board of Directors of the Foundation of East Chicago. And for those who do not know the Foundation of East Chicago, we were organized in 1998. Our funder is Ameristar Casino, which is right across the lake over there, and that's, they provide us our funding. The mission of the Foundation of East Chicago is to provide funding to an organization that who will run programs in the city of East Chicago and have an impact on the residents of East Chicago residents. You don't have to, if you are a 501c3, you don't have to be located in the city, but your program must be for the residents of the city of East Chicago. So far since 1998, for those organizations that have provided programs in the city of East Chicago, we've given away $53 million in funding to help our residents. Also, so far since 1998, the Foundation of East Chicago has provided over $10 million in scholarship to high school students. And again, as a high school student, they must be a resident of East Chicago, but they can attend any school, whether it's in Lake County, whether it's in Illinois, or whatever, as long as they are a resident of East Chicago. They can attend any college that they want to, or university. It does not have to be in the state of Indiana. So far since 1998, we've done a lot of good things for the city of East Chicago. We plan on to continue to provide programs for our residents in the city of East Chicago. Our goal is to make their lives better, to offer programs. Many of the organizations that are here today are funded by the Foundation of East Chicago some way or another to provide programs in our city. Again, thank you so very much for this opportunity.
I'm very proud of this entire group, not because you kept your 3 minutes, but you don't realize until sitting back there listening, you have thousands of people that you impact. And it's tremendous. You think about it, and we're going to do a press release enlisting all of the organizations here and what you do, and it's very cool. I'm impressed. I do want to point something out. There's one bank here today, okay? First Midwest Bank. And these luncheons are open to anybody. And if you look back at that table, there are all sorts of guys with a lot of money, ladies with a lot of money at that table. Make sure you know who they are. And Paul and your group, thank you very much. I'm glad you're here. Tom, Jack, Madam Courtney, new to our area. I mean, think about it, what we've gone through here today, you know, from trade winds to the YMCA to Lonnie Llewellyn, you know, organization for breast cancer. It's amazing. It really is. And it's right here in Northwest Indiana. And this is in East Chicago today. We want to thank the mayor and the Marina staff for all that they did today. Steve's catering. Steve worked with us on a quick notice to put this all together. And I hope you enjoyed the food. And how about a big hand for Monique for helping put this together. Thank you all for coming, and we'll see you next month on November 20th when we host the president of BITSCO, Violet Sistaveras. Thank you very much.